Brooklyn Independent Television.
Hello, and welcome to Neighborhood Beat, your passport to Brooklyn. I'm your host, Aaron Watkins, and today we're back in ever-enterprising Williamsburg and Greenpoint. We'll journey through the days of old at Old Hollywood and make and tote our own at SEW Moni. Next, enhance our taste buds with Saucy by Nature and experience the home-baked goodness at Syrena Bakery. Stay tuned. Dedicated in 1858, St. Anthony of Padua Church is considered to be one of the finest churches in Brooklyn. Designed by the extremely prolific and nationally prominent architect, Patrick Charles Keeley, who it was reputed designed every cathedral in New York State with the exception of St. Patrick's. He was also the architect of more than 600 churches nationwide. Old Hollywood is a vintage-inspired and meticulously curated environment of old and new. It is an overflowing treasure chest of jewelry, clothes, and home goods from more than 70 designers, many of them local. Owner Tiffany Porter's past life as a buyer and her lifelong love for the glamorous days of Hollywood of old are evident in every nook and cranny. So come, let's see what we can find.
My name's Tiffany Porter and I own Old Hollywood. I opened the business almost 4 years ago. I guess it started when I was about 8 with my Barbie dolls. I was obsessed with making clothes and furniture. The whole scenario was the clothes making and the clothes picking out with my sister. And then it grew into me sewing and having a small clothing line. I'm from Kentucky, so it's pretty easy to kind of do things there and like be excellent at what you're doing. I started doing flea markets when I was in kindergarten with my dad. So it's kind of been my whole life, like growing up, collecting things and being kind of around that environment. This is kind of a little case full of all kinds of little treasures. One of my favorite pieces is this old souvenir locket. It's from South America and Spain. And these were cool. These are about late 40s, early 50s. Because it was a little book of where you went. So I really enjoy these. And over here we've got our Pendleton collection. They've been around since the 1800s. They're all original American Indian prints, and they all tell a story. The Brave Star is actually probably my favorite one right now. This is their interpretation of the American flag. So this is the Chief Joseph. This is probably one of our most popular prints. One of my favorite items in the shop right now is this awesome Oaxen duffel by Will Leather Goods. Currently my favorite piece of jewelry in the shop is from Digby and Iona's Me and My Arrow collection. It's this awesome necklace with a blue jay feather, a real feather. This case houses some of our more taxidermy, anatomy-inspired jewelry. This is my favorite piece. It's by Chicago designer Peggy Skimp. Her stuff is really awesome because it's all anatomically correct. These are the lungs, and they're actually a locket. My personal favorites is the Yakinishi cuff. It's a spine cuff. You can either wear it this way or this way, and it's adjustable, and it's really wicked, and I've never seen anything like this. Another one of our best sellers is from a local Brooklyn designer, Shannon Nash. Her jewelry line's called Snash, and it's a double finger talon ring. I've got quite a few things on. I am really into stacking bracelets right now. So I'm wearing some GT bracelets. And this is actually from my collection, and it's one of my best-selling pieces. It has been for years. On this hand, I'm into the stacking rings. It's trendy right now. I have 3 different designers here. The first one is mine, and then we've got Kaoru. She's from Japan. And then this little guy is just a little simple turquoise stack ring from Kaimana. 80% of our product inventory is locally made, a local designer, or made in the US. Now I think we have over 100 jewelry designers, so it's like we've really grown. If I'm gonna do glam, I'm only gonna do vintage because I think that so many people who are trying to remake it today, it looks cheesy. If you're gonna do glam to me, you gotta go vintage. You've gotta get the nice pieces. We also have a lot of different clothing designers at Old Hollywood. Two that I want to showcase are Graylin and Dolce Vita. And what's so awesome about this line is that they do a lot of classic like 50s looks. This is one of my favorites. It's a classic sweetheart neck, so it's really flattering. It's totally American and awesome. This is what you need to wear at your 4th of July barbecue with some red shoes and a little belt. So cute. Very 1950s. Love this. Very Old Hollywood. My other favorite for spring is this adorable little green printed number from Graylin. Super flowy and flirty on anybody, really special with this cute little tassel belt. Nick's wearing his favorite hat. It's by Stacey Adams. The feather is actually removable if you're not feeling the feather vibe. Naked and Famous shirt and jeans. It's all made in Canada. And these are actually made in the oldest existing shirt factory in North America. It's in Quebec. It was established in 1894. We sell vintage shoes for men, some nice vintage Oxfords. They're actually known best for their denim. Jean enthusiasts really know this company and really love this company. If you come into one of the shops, you're most likely to encounter Kate. She is my manager and my assistant buyer. She's also going to show you a beautiful dress from Teabags. It's all silk. The print is amazing and it's tailored in the middle, so it's really flattering for any sized girl. And she's also wearing Chihuahuas. They're all leather, little platform shoes. We're going to stock those all summer long in all different colors. We have them in navy and olive green as well right now. I decided to take it to Greenpoint because it was more an issue of kind of finding somewhere where we can be special. You know, it's really hard to kind of capitalize on being unique. A ton of people are moving out here. It's growing so fast. We looked at other neighborhoods as well, but this was definitely the neighborhood for us. People know us for our jewelry now that we have a bigger shop, and now we have a shop on the Lower East Side. We're branching out into fulfilling this idea that I have of a curated lifestyle. You can come here and get ideas for your home, your clothes, everything. So it's just like you can kind of get everything, one stop.
Greenpoint Avenue Bridge, also known as the J.J. Byrne Memorial Bridge, is located near the mouth of Newton Creek. It is situated between Kingsland Avenue in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, and Review Avenue in the Blissville section of Queens. The bridge is named for James J. Byrne, who served as Brooklyn Borough President from September 1926 until he died in office, March 14th, 1930. It all began with tote bags and aprons designed by mother-daughter duo Moni and Criselda Briones. Their love of sewing was unzipped in Corpus Christi, Texas, buttoned down in Ridgewood, Queens, and now Williamsburg, Brooklyn is feeling the stitch. The business is a mecca for sewing enthusiasts, both young and mature, especially by those who enjoy making things for themselves. The founder, Moni, offers an assortment of weekly classes, and we drop by to see how our offerings complement Williamsburg's growing DIY community.
My name is Moni Briones, and I am owner of SEW Moni and Green and Sunset. It's a craft-based and accessories company based out of Brooklyn. We offer everything and anything that you could want regarding sewing. We offer Sewing 101 for the basic person that has never experienced a machine, and then we go all the way up in courses to advanced and intermediate. We also have workshops that kind of just touch base on different things, whether it be mending or a one-day quilt. We also have, reconstruction classes for denim. I offer a personal quilting class. We're moving forward to offer even more regarding small business and how to take your bedroom craft idea to actual street.
To be honest, doing the teaching, which is mainly what's done in this space, I just enjoy giving that skill over to someone and seeing someone excited about learning how to make something for themselves, and I guess increasing their own creativity in a way, because you're limited to a skill set, and if you're able to learn a whole new skill set, that opens you up to a whole new avenue of using fabric and threads to actually make something. I find it satisfying in that way, just to be able to teach somebody, and then also get to know completely different people and hear their dreams and what they do in Brooklyn. And then as far as just the actual company, I do enjoy the creative part of it, of course. I mean, I feel like I'm lucky to be able to do that. My career.
I'm basically a very DIY person, and then it came to a point where I was like, what about clothing? Like, I can make clothing. Ever since I've moved here, it's like buying clothes for me is quite hard because I'm very small. And one day I checked my bank account and I was like, so it's a mix of all those things where I was just like, I need to learn how to sew and do it myself.
So what you can do then is you can take it off from each side, or you can just redistribute from the left to the right or vice versa, depending upon the pattern. That's why it's also nice to just do it a little bit bigger, because if the pattern's not lining up the way you want it.
Right.
The differences between the beginning sewing student and then our dress construction or clothing construction classes. The beginning student, we make a tote bag, and then if we can, we move on to a cosmetic bag with a zipper. In our beginning dress construction classes, we actually pattern a dress according to their measurements, and they make a simple elastic dress. And then we have intermediate classes, which are a strapless dress with an invisible zipper and boning and inseam pockets. We go all out. For the other class, which we kind of geared towards men, we make a denim shirt. So we start with a tote bag mainly because it teaches the basic skill of lining up fabric on the machine. It teaches cutting and just simple construction. So we really work through with each student to teach them exactly how to piece items together, because I feel like that's the majority of what you learn when you're sewing, is how to take pieces of fabric, join them together at certain areas to then create a whole piece. And a tote bag is something simple, that's functional, that you can use every day, and it's just a satisfying product.
That is nice. It is nice.
So it was an OTB a long time ago, and I've known this neighborhood a while, and it's also Latino, so I'm Mexican American, and there's not too many places that you can find that really tap into your culture. For some reason, it's weird. Brooklyn's huge, but at the same time, it's lacking, and I'm always on the search for the Latino flavors. There's very far and few between, businesses that are run by Latinas that are actually local and out there and present. And where can you be even more so in a mix?
So basically, one of the things that we do learn in the class is a hem stitch. So I've already gone to the ironing board, and you actually just fold it down once. And you always want to measure too. And then from there, you're going to fold it one more time, add 1.5 inches as well. You just want to pin along the fold so that it stays together. So I'm going to my machine. I'm doing a regular stitch length. And you pull out the pins as you sew your fabric. And then once you're done, clip your threads. You turn it back to the front side, and you have a nicely stitched hemline.
Thankfully, working with my mother has been the most incredible thing. I wish she was here sitting with me telling the story. We work in tandem, she's still involved in the business in Corpus. She was just here for a big store opening, our first store opening last year. And now we're seeing that, our classes and our teaching value, people want more of it, and they can't be here physically. How do they get to us? So we've turned on to online. We're doing Skype lessons. We're doing business consulting, helping small businesses try to lift up and get out. And then, I don't know, I can't imagine what we're going to do next, but I definitely want to say that we're here in Brooklyn, we're here to stay. And the notion of having sewing studios all over the world is fine by me.
Longtime friends Pierce McAdolph and Monica Luchak started Saucy by Nature as a way to locally enjoy the flavors they'd experienced on their global travels. The sauces run the gamut from sweet and savory to a sour that definitely satisfies the Polish palate. Their lineup of sauces range from a tomato apple chutney, which is rumored to be great when paired with a grilled cheese, to a nice smoky barbecue, which is wonderful with ribs and chicken. We caught up with the pair at Brooklyn Brewery's Smorgas Brewery for some first-hand sampling of that famed grilled cheese sandwich. And boy, did I bring an appetite. Let's check it out. What's up?
My name is Monica Luchak, and I'm one of the co-founders of Saucy by Nature. We make sauces and condiments that are sourced locally, directly from farmers, and we're bringing international flavor to regular good food.
The name Saucy by Nature is kind of inspired by our own kind of nature. We're a bit saucy, we're a bit fun, we kind of do things our own way, we're a bit pushy. So I think it kind of fits, and the kind of nature part is really about the fact that we are all about supporting local farmers and freshness and local ingredients and seasonal production. It kind of wanted something that was going to give people a sort of highlight of who we are and a little bit about what we do and what our connection is actually to producing a better quality product.
The name Saucy by Nature came about because sauces for me are what make the meal. It brings the food together, it brings the experience together for me. I love when things mix, and for me dry food is just, might as well not even eat it. So for us, sauces are a big deal, and growing up in Poland and New York with an immigrant family, it was all about like adding the sauce and making it work. We started doing sauces, I just did them, and it fit because what we use are products from nature, directly from farmers. It's basically fresh grown, farm fresh, into the jar. We're saucy as well.
There's a lot out there. You know, our people are creating great artisanal products. We thought there was really a niche for sauces, kind of uniting factor. It's something that can make an easy, simple meal, something really special. You know, like here we're doing grilled cheese, and we could do just grilled cheese, but we're doing it with our tomato apple chutney. We do a Polish kimchi, which is this great relish inspired by our Polish roots. So there's so much versatility of the things that we can do. And since we produce seasonally, we can kind of look at the different things that are available locally and really fresh and really delicious, you know, to create something that people can just add a little dab of or cook with. It has a lot of versatility, and it kind of punches up people's ability to have a really good, tasty meal, whether it's a sandwich or, you know, a pork chop or like a full course dinner. We're making grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato apple chutney. We use pan d'Avignon bread. We use fontina cheese, and then we spread it on the inside with a little bit of our tomato apple chutney to give it a little bit of zing, gives it a little bit of that nice tomatoey richness, pairs really well with it. We butter the outside of it, and that allows it to kind of like soak into the bread a little bit and make it nice and crispy and golden and crunchy.
The specific role in the company is being one of the two people that make everything happen. We're really small, we're expanding very quickly, and Przemek and I are a little bit like snow plows, where we just push through everything, and we're really impatient, so we want to see it work. So I wear every hat that there is. I'm an attorney by day and by training, and so that comes in very handy with all the licensing needed and all the hoops to jump through as far as opening up a business in the food industry. But I wear every single hat.
Our winter sauces are inspired by Polish recipes. You know, when we were thinking about what can we do for our winter line, we thought, you know, what better kind of climate than kind of looking to Polish winter? You know, things that are pickled and things that are rich. And we made this Polish kimchi, which is actually a traditional Polish recipe for bigos, which is kind of like a sauerkraut hunter stew, but this version is vegan. So I'll actually use that, my own sauce, and I'll do it with like sausage, where it's like on the side, like instead of mustard. Like I'll do it with this Polish kimchi, which is spicy and it's got this Polish flavor. I'll do schnitzel, which actually is called schabowe in Polish, and it's basically breaded pork cutlet. And I'll usually pair like a couple dabs of our tomato apple chutney, because the kind of richness of the tomato and the tartness of the apples pairs really well with pork. So that's a really nice recipe that I like doing for myself with our sauces.
I think people can really taste our passion and our love in the sauces. I think that really comes through, and it's more than just the ingredients. when we combine these ingredients and when we put them on food for catering or for an event like this, they can taste the love and the hard work that goes into it, and they know they're eating something worthwhile, and then they're blown away by the flavor. So I think it's natural and hopefully very quick that will expand very soon.
The smells coming from this bakery are so intoxicating, it begs you to step through the door. It's said they make the best rye and pumpernickel breads ever. It's so good, people have been known to mail their breads to highly particular family members in other cities. And it's not just the breads. They make rolls, cakes, pastries, and it's all delicious. So, if your timing is just right, your order will be fresh out the oven. I gotta go, I can't resist anymore.
My name is Emilia Pokvalowska-Jego, and I'm the owner of Syrena Bakery. Syrena Bakery is famous for the grain breads, the different babkas, especially cheese babka, the makowiec, the poppy seed strudel, pączki, of course, cheesecakes and apple cakes. We try to bake the products that are baked in Poland, and I guess we come very close to what the people in Poland ate.
The quality is very good, and I think that it's always fresh here. And the selection of products, it's pretty wide, so my kids love it. I buy this whole wheat bread, which I like very much, and I always buy pączki, you know, the donuts.
I am Tomasz Kowalczyk. I'm working here in Syrena Bakery as a baker. Today we're going to make Polish donuts, which we call the pączkis. First thing we have to do, we have to mix warm milk. Then I'm going to add the fresh yeast and the flour. Everything's in a bowl. I have to mix it for about 3 minutes. Now the pączki dough is ready, so we're going to cut it for pieces and roll it over. Now I'm going to go and get this cutted. Now I'm putting this into the machine. I'm going to roll it over. And it's going to grow for about 30 minutes. And the skin is a little bit dry, they're ready to fly. We're going to fry them on 180 degrees of Celsius for about 3 minutes each side. When we fry first side, we have to cover up the fryers so they will be rise a little bit more. After the first side it's ready, we have to open the cover, take the machine up and flip it over for the other side. And now we have to fry for the next 3 minutes. I'm going to fill up the pączki with the fillings. Today we have two kinds of filling. One is prune, the other one is mixed fruit. When the pączki are ready, we have to dust with the powdered sugar. And they're ready to serve.
I am from Kolbuszowa Dolna. That's the southern part of Poland. I came to the United States in 1962. My father was a bakery in US, and he spoiled us with a fresh, good bread, always. So when my father retired, with his help and our good friend Adam Jastrzębski and myself, we decided to open up a bakery. In 1991, soon after, the demand for our breads made us look for a larger location.
Now we're going to make a poppy seed roll. We have the dough ready. It's rised perfectly. So now we're going to make poppy seed filling. We're going to add some eggs, sugar, honey, butter. and walnuts. And on the end, we're going to add breadcrumbs. And we have to mix it for about 5-10 minutes. Now I'm going to cut the dough for poppy seed strudel. Now I'm going to roll over the dough. Now we're going to add the poppy seed filling. And now we're going to roll it over. As we're going to cut little holes so we can see the poppy seeds, we can see what's inside. We have to brush them with the eggs and put to the oven for an hour. Our poppy seed strudels are ready. So they have a nice gold color, how they're supposed to be.
For our products, we gear toward Eastern European ethnic groups, but we found that everybody else likes it too. And really was close to home. When we came to this country, we came here to Greenpoint.
Syrena Bakery, actually, it was in my neighborhood. I used to live here so many years. Right now I am in a different neighborhood in Douglaston. However, I love to shop here, and as you see, every time I'm coming, it's either for the bread, it's either for the cake. I was born in Poland and raised on those products, so we love it.
I believe we're going to continue to be here, and we try to add different products to our line so we can please everyone, even though the neighborhood might change.
Well, that does it for this episode of Neighborhood Beat, Williamsburg and Greenpoint. I hope my little visit will encourage you to come out and explore these fantastic communities for yourself. For more information on the Neighborhood Beat series or to watch past episodes of the show online, visit us on the web at brickartsmedia.org/BIT. Feel free to like us on Facebook and look for us on YouTube and iTunes. Search word BK Independent TV. My name is Aaron Watkins. Thanks for watching.
Become a fan on Facebook, like Brooklyn Independent Television.